Let us continue with our lesson and let's try to debug and let's try to see what is actually going on. So I will just put a breakpoint over here, and somewhere over here if an else condition, and here. I think that should be fine. And if you go to the slash view model, I'll just put it on somewhere over here and here. I think we should put it over here, and let's try to debug it. And let's wait for the application to get started, and we should be somewhere here by 2 seconds because it takes 2 seconds to. Okay, so we are over here and just click on F8. So it got crashed, so I think we have some error, and let's try to check the error. I think we have some error over here, and I think the application got crashed somewhere. Sorry, just clear it out. And yeah, I think it's error, so I think let's try to debug it one more time. I think we have some error, and let's try to catch it out. And okay, so let's try to F8, and we are over here, which means we have internet connection. F8. Okay, it got crashed. Okay, so here can say the cannot evoke observer on a background thread, so which means that this is on a suspend function. The suspend function is a coroutine scope which runs on a background thread, so that's why we are having an error over here, which means that this one cannot the observer, because we are observing to the live data, as this is passing a live data, that's why the observer cannot be on a background thread. So what we can do is with context, I can say with context and offer main, context of main, and inside this I can run my function. Or else what I can also do over here is I can create a separate normal function somewhere down or somewhere over here and call it from the, if status is true, then we can just call that normal function. But I'm just going to show you how to make use of a with context over here. And when we are making a with context, and you can see the current owner of the observer is the life cycle, but it's found a coroutine scope. So we have to fix this one. So I will show you how to fix that one too. So I'll just say a private. It should be for private, and val. Let's say of a m context, and this m context is of this. So this means the current activity, which is slash activity. So we have a context for that one. And if we have a reference now, then I can just pass the owner is this context, which is of a current slash activity. So that should fix this error. And let's try to debug it one more time. So I'll just put a breakpoint somewhere here, and okay, and let me go to slash, and okay, so we have a breakpoint. So let's try to debug it one more time, and let's try to see whether we have any errors still. I think it should be fine, but I think I doubt something is still wrong. So let's try to see. Okay, so status, okay, we are here, and we are here. Okay, so we got it. So access token, I think access token somewhere. Okay, I think access token is this one. I think that should be fine. Okay, so we got a response, but the response is of a 500. If you try to go and check why this error is over here, and okay, let's see what is the error. So we are getting over here raw response of 500, and if you monitor that one response we are getting, and in the response we can say request, we are passing method of a get and to this URL, and we are passing some data over here, right? In the header we are passing the data which is of authorization and a token. Okay, so the token over here is not correct. So if you go to the postman, and you can see here is we have make user bearer in the front of the token. So we are just passing the token over here. That's not correct. So here we are just passing a token. That's not correct. We need to pass the bearer too. So I will just copy this one, and let me try to finish out. And I will create one variable over here. Let me create a variable of, let's say, a val of, let's say, okay, token is equals to, let's make a string, a template over here, and dollar inside this I've just passed this one reference, just cut and just paste it inside that one. Sorry, what happened? You just cut it and just paste it inside this. So we have a token over here now, and I can just pass it over here. So here we are creating a token with a bearer. So that's this is, I think, temporary fix, but later I think we should be able to save whenever we are saving that one. If you go to app preference, when we are saving that access token, we should save together with our bearer. So we should modify our API response, I think. So let's get and let's try it out again. Let's try to debug. And let's see, I think this should be fine because we have added a bearer token. And let's see if we are successful over here. And let's press F8, and we have a token of bearer, and we have the access token ID, F8. Okay, so let's go and let's check whether we have any. Okay, so I think that's successful. We are getting a response code over 200. That should be fine. So if you are over here, if code is 200, then we get a message body, and if we say the message valid is true, so that means the message is true. Okay, if you check over here message, that message is true. So we are checking that if it is true, then we are going to finish this activity and launching the main activity. Just, I think it should be fine. Just start it. And if you check the illuminator, we are on a main activity. So that's perfectly working fine. So if you just try to directly run the application without debugging, and if you try to check, the application should directly go to our main activity for now. So which means that our function is working correctly, but we still need to modify some of our API response for our API token. We need to response together with the bearer, so we can save that one. So we don't have to make use of this one, or this is a temporary fix for now. So I think in the next lecture we'll try to go and fix some of the issue that we are still facing, and let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.